I'm gonna say a year after, and May 8th, June 8th. That's what trips me. It happened on the 8th, just a 1 month difference. This one is not really more like awake, but more like a lucid dream. Like I can move. I have the ability to do what I want. And so in this lucid dream, and this is on 2024? No, 2025. Right? Oh, I'm being stupid. I don't even wait. Let me look at the calendar. Oh, well, whatever. I'm gonna say like fucking 2024, I guess. June 8th. So I was in this place, and it's very familiar with my mom, brother. Oh, I know, and I own cats, And in this dream, along with other people that I don't know, it was supposed to be like a survival test, and like a horror maze. But this shit's fucking real. Now, here's the thing. I didn't see like a monster or anything. I just knew it was killing people left and right? Choking them out one by one. But every time someone was getting sacrificed, a door opens. That's how fucked it was. Nobody couldn't do shit because someone had to be sacrificed just for that door to be opened up. And finally, after getting, and what's weird, it's like a mix of my past where I used to live and where I'm currently living now. On the last room where we entered, it was just me, my brother, and mom, and my cat. The last door, which is the back door in my apartment that had to be open, one of us was going to get sacrificed. Or choked out, pretty much. It got me. I couldn't see it. But the moment that I felt its touch, I started screaming at it. But it was a scream that, if you guys seen Attack on Titan, that when Eren roars, it was like that the walls will start to like crack open, dude. That's how furious I was. That furious that I was offended that it was planned to take my life. I guess after hollering at the apartment for a couple times, the door finally opened. We all went out. And it was this beautiful garden. This is not the garden. On our apartment in real life, in this physical world, it was just a fucking, a fucking wall. But across from it, yeah, I could see like, the trees and stuff. But it's still like our space is small, so it wasn't large. But in this lucid dream, it was a beautiful garden. A beautiful garden. There's no barriers, none of that. It was just huge. It was a huge garden. I've never seen anything like that. Like, it's so beautiful. My cat was trying to like, run around and shit. My mom, brother admired the plants and all that. Especially my mom, because she loved plants. And I noticed this one strange dude, right? Now, what's interesting is that his robes is not modern. It seems ancient, right? All in white. Yeah, a little bit of yellowish gold, right? On the center of the robe. The dude was white, but he looked. This is when I knew that this is not just an ordinary man. I knew he was far beyond that. But I also noticed he had this attitude of being feminine, which is something like, what the fuck, But he was telling me like, hey, I've been waiting for you. And I looked at him, but like serious and with distrust, And I'm like, you have? And he's like, yes, I've been waiting for you for a long time. I looked at him like, I don't understand. Here's the trippy part. I'm not into any like, Greek mythology or none of that. And he told me like he had brown hair, curly hair. I wouldn't say curly, but more like, soft hair, but that curves. Short. And he was like and I asked him, are you a guardian here? And he's like, something like that. right? And then he finally told me, I'm just here to give you this message that you have the blessings of Dionysius. And then I woke up. I didn't know who the fuck was Dionysius, but I had to Google it. I wrote it. But before I Googled it, I had to write down everything because I keep everything down on the journal, right? I wrote everything down, then I Googled it. It turns out Dionysius is an actual real dude in Greek mythology, son of Zeus, or Zeus. Sorry, in Spanish we say Zeus. In English it's Zeus. And it's apparently he was like the god of wine, joy, and wrath. Equivalent to Jesus, apparently. But that still left me like a lot more questions than answers, to be honest. You know? I got 10 more minutes before to work. Oh man. There's so much to discuss. And you have to work. Alright. Another thing too that bothers me about this job is that we have so many workers here, dude, that like, what the fuck? And so many useless workers right in my area. It's either old folks that is like they're close to retirement. They recently hired and they don't know what the fuck is going on, know what they're doing. Then you got young folks, younger than me, and they're already having the attitude is, fuck this job, I ain't doing shit, I'm here for my paycheck. Yet they're hired company. I've worked at agency, and it's like, they don't let you slide like that in agencies, dude. I used to work in places where I had a master like to not take a piss and shit, because they want that numbers up. That's how sad that shit was when I was younger. And these motherfuckers like coming from places that's like, yo, this place is chill, I do what I want. And I think that's the problem here in this company, that it's technically it is the manager's fault, supervisor's fault, but then it's like the boss fault, the owner's fault. Because I'm sure like they didn't never like once look at their money that it was leaking until recently now it's in the shithole. You know? And now they're trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. And I'm like, cause y'all ask HR. These are the motherfuckers that keep hiring. And despite the workers that I train, like, they're good at computers, but then they're not good at fucking physically working. I personally don't fuck with computers. You'd be surprised, like, I didn't grow up with the technology era with laptops and phones and shit. I grew up in poverty. I grew up with nothing. But if it wasn't for my mother, like, you know, looking after for us, I think I would have gone into the wrong path, you know, or looking up to bad role models, you know. That's hard. It's hard to know like what life could have been, but I'm glad that I'm here, not doing anything bad, you know. I think that's one thing. Like, I could have been any of those dudes. Yeah. Well, I gotta go clock in. I hope you guys have a beautiful day. Take care, and peace and prosperity be with you.